On a day like today, when you can see forever, it's not uncommon, they say, that on a day like today, everything becomes clear. All your questions are answered. That's what they say. On a day like today.
Shelby ranks at the top of American racers, of American manufacturers, of American racing engineers, of American legends and icons. Here's a guy that really was a success in just about everything he tried.
Carroll would have a legacy if he never had a Cobra. He got so much personality, and people love him. You know, he's a character, he's a standout kind of guy, he's different from everybody else. And he would have made it one way or another.
The Shelbys and the Cobras. I mean, you know, that was sort of what it was all about. That was the big deal in the day, and we got to be a part of that.
If you write a song about my car and it goes to #1 and it's a hit, I'll take you to Le Mans and I'll get you one. So the bottom line is the rest is history. Had a Cobra, went to Le Mans. Spring little Cobra getting ready to strike.
Wow.
You got to do things that you're not sure that you can do. You got to stick your neck out and just see if it's possible to accomplish something that everybody else says you can't. It's like life. If you don't enjoy the trip, then you're always going to be unhappy.
There's a lot of designing, testing, and trial runs behind every new innovation or new performance record. How do I know? My name's Carroll Shelby, and performance is my business.
He's a fantastic guy, and I was very lucky to have him for as many years as I did. I know a lot of people don't have their parents as long as that, and we're really blessed to have him this long. We were there when he breathed his last, and we'll remember that forever.
Carroll was a unique individual and definitely a unique grandfather. He's one of a kind. Their mold was broken when they made him, that's for sure.
Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. One of a kind, great-great-grandfather to our children, a great-grandfather to my husband, and he will be missed. He will always be cherished, he will always be remembered.
This is our little family.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the other wives happened after that.
Going down to Terlingo and I always shoot my own foot off at the ranch with my good friend Bob Locke here. To driving his cars and not knowing how to drive, but driving faster than a bat out of hell.
Carroll, love you very much. So glad to be here for you. Wore my boots for you. Thank you for all the memories. Love you.
Well, this is, I guess tonight's a celebration, if nothing else. We have some wonderful speakers here, people who've known Carroll their whole lives, and people like me who just admired him their whole life. We're going to bring on a gentleman now who, I remember watching the 24-hour Le Mans race when Ford won, and I saw Henry Ford II. I saw this kid about my age standing next to him, and I said, who is that lucky bastard? And of course it turned out to be Edsel. And I said, how do you get to be him? I want to be that guy.
I am honored and blessed to have known Carroll for most of my life. First meeting him at Le Mans in 1966 when I was walking the pit lane with my father. To me, that day, he was indeed a bigger-than-life personality, and he remained so throughout the rest of the time we spent together. And although he became famous in the late 1950s for driving Aston Martins against guys like Fangio, we are happy to point out that the first drag race in 1952 was in a hot rod V8 powered by Ford. I'd like to think that quarter-mile race was the start of the special Ford-Shelby relationship. A relationship that flourished in the 1960s and was stronger than ever on his very last day. In 1962, as we all know, Carroll the innovator took a small block Ford V8 and paired it with a lightweight British chassis and created the AC Cobra. Carroll didn't stop there with us. He convinced Lee Iacocca and several other very important Ford executives to allow him to do a high-performance version of the Mustang. Hence was born the GT350, and the story continues. Carroll the competitor was the leader of our Le Mans effort against Ferrari in 1966 and 1967. He worked with Ford engineers to develop the winning GT40 and Mark IV race cars that are truly legendary even to this day. In fact, to this day, that win in 1967, 45 years ago, remains the only overall win at Le Mans with an American team, with an American car, powered by an American engine, and driven by American drivers. I'll be honest with you, the automobile industry has lost an icon, and ladies and gentlemen in the room here tonight, we have all lost a friend. Thank you very much.
But my ambition is always to build my own car. I'm not an engineer. I'm just a guy that loves automobiles, and I have all my life. I got it from my father. I'm in the Hall of Fame down here, believe it or not. I was an ex-racing driver. Most ex-racing drivers wind up broke. I asked Ford to loan me $25,000. I said I could put a car together that'll go kick the heck out of the Corvettes. For years, we just beat the hell out of everything that anybody could put together to try. We won the world championship with a little push rod engine, the little 289 engine. Beat the hell out of Ferrari. And that's put a lifetime together with me and my dreams. I don't see how anybody in the world could ask for any more than that. I can't. As I say, it's not over yet. After I move on to the other side, maybe the name will stick around for a while. That's the thing I'm proud of.
We stand up for a moment to pay tribute to our former leaders. He had a heart transplant, a kidney transplant. He inspired and endured the ups and downs of big-time motor racing with its inbuilt ecstasies and tragedies. He built a car empire. He had multiple marriages. He flew planes and cooked chili. He traveled the world and hunted in Africa. The mind boggles at this man's energy and spirit. It's a cliche to say they threw away the mold when they made him. In his case, that is a good thing, because whoever would try to make a new one would get sued by him for copyright.
For the first chili cook-off that we had in 1967. This thing came about actually due to a trip we'd gone down to try to figure out how we could kill some mule deer and rattlesnakes and things of that sort. But we decided we'd have a cook-off, and the man that came up with the idea was not Shelby, and it wasn't mine. It was a guy named Tom Tierney who worked for Mr. Ford. And Tierney was in the PR office, and he said, what we'll do, we'll get a bunch of people down here and have a chili cook-off. So we did, and that was the first cook-off. One day at the chili cook-off, he got this idea. He found this local professional lady and had a really beautiful leather dress made for her that made her kind of look like an Aztec queen, and he introduced her to everybody as a descendant of the Aztec queens. And we believed it.
Carroll was so superior to everyone else that he was way up in front of the class. And he had wanted to be a fighter pilot, and I had wanted to be a fighter pilot, and it worked out. He was far more important in helping others to develop their skills in hopes to be as good as he happened to be. There's another saying that I would like to share with you. Most aviators since the beginning of aviation have said, when we lose a friend, a pilot friend, he has gone west. And I would like to end this by saying, Carroll, on behalf of all of your friends, we love you. And on your journey west, God send and God speed. Thank you.
He was born in Leesburg, Texas, 1923, wearing union-billed overalls, pinstripe DVDs, came out on wheels with a brick of steel and balls made out of brass. When the doctor tried to slap his butt back and shot right out of his ass. They called him Carroll Shelby. Look out, here comes the snake. He was a cobra in his former life. He put the pedal to the metal, and he never found his brakes. So keep your eyes on your wallet and your wife.
I'm here to talk about my relationship with Mr. Shelby at the Bel Air Country Club. We have a little thing at the club we call the Smart Table. And it says, if you don't have anything nice to say about anyone, pull up a chair. So we pulled up 2 chairs. And we became fast friends, and you know, you spend a lifetime looking for your best friend. I found him there.
Shelby got a call from a doctor saying that a friend with a newborn daughter in Fort Wayne, Indiana needed a heart in 2 days or she would die. And Shelby pulled every string he could and found a heart for this young lady. And with his help, she got her heart. She went on to lead a normal life. She became a 4-state ice skating champion by the age of 13, even tried out for the U.S. Olympic team. I want you to meet someone that would not be here tonight if it was not for Carroll Shelby. Please welcome Leah Smith. Leah?
I was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. I had no left ventricle. My only chance at survival was a heart transplant. Mr. Shelby has been a great encouragement and a mentor in my life. He has taught me how to get all I can out of life and never give up. He showed me how to run the race laid out for me and to keep my eye on the prize. He was like a grandfather to me. Today I have those same sentiments, that if someone like you had not made the decision for organ donation, Mr. Shelby would not have had the chance to continue his legacy through works like the Carroll Shelby Children's Foundation in 1991. Mr. Shelby was most proud that I was able to become a competitive figure skater when I was 8 years old and traveled the country skating through high school. I will miss my conversations with Mr. Shelby. We talked on the phone often to check in with each other. He ended every phone call with an "I love you," and it meant so much. He will leave behind many memories for everyone. The legacy I am most glad to share with him is the formation of the foundation.
And we'll make it better. We'll tweak it, we'll improve it, we'll change it, and then it'll get better and we'll save some lives. That's what we'll do. That was how he went about everything like that in life. But let's improve this, let's change that, modify this. No, this isn't right, let's improve that. We'll go a little faster. Let's see what it'll do. That's Carroll Shelby. Let's see what it'll do. That's how I'm always going to remember him, you know, just let's open this up.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our program. We have a little video for you, but a pretty amazing portrait of him. I mean, these are just some of the stories. Obviously, everybody has a story about Carroll Shelby. It's a wonderful, truly American story, and I believe it can only happen in this country, and that's what makes it just so different and so unique. The bib overalls, the hats, arguing with Ferrari, couldn't get any better.
This is Willow Springs Raceway, tucked away in the Mojave Desert. It's where we do much of the testing for our new cars. We have high hopes for all these cars this year. We hope that by racing with Ford, we can make this an American year.
Carroll, checkered flag from everybody that knew you. You're one of a kind.
I'm the 1985 World Chili Champion. And when he became what he believed was going to be close to, you know, the end of his life, which of course it wasn't, but in 2003, he actually handed the Chili Society to me because he said he wanted to be sure that it continued. So I've been with it for 12 years now, and we've done a fairly good job. We've raised $90 million for charity. So we're pretty proud of that, and we certainly do hope to continue in Carroll's memory.
Old friends of Shelby and
Pat and Mike and Karen and
Mike
Craig.
Karen and Craig were here. Jim West, Father Duffy, and Grant McNiff, Poncho.
He said to me, Bobby, he said, there's one thing you need to remember. And I said, what's that, Carroll? And he said, always believe in yourself. Don't ever forget that. Always believe in yourself.
Took Dad back to Texas, and that's where he was when he passed on. But everybody remembered he'd always say, I love you. And that was one of the last things he said. One of the last things that we said to each other. So I'm going to leave it with that.
This is not the end of the road. We keep trucking.
Hot rod fitted with a flathead Ford. Striped bib coveralls, oh my lord. Jet black Stetson hat, boots to match. This old chicken farmer's hard to catch. All the Jags and Ferraris in the rearview mirror, kinda laying off back, you can sense the fear. Don't you get too close, cause you just might break. And you'll be doing the dance they call the Shelby Shake. Your body's gonna ache, and there ain't nothing you can take. Make no mistake, you got the Shelby Shake. Out in the middle of the desert they call Willow Springs, where the horses run wild and the snakes have wings. Grab yourself an icy cause it's bound to get hot. Pop another Foster's, but don't get caught. If you lose your cool, just spray on the pit stop. Change the third gear tires, fill the tank to the tip top. Cause once you've been bitten by a cobra snake, the only thing that you'll be drinking is a Shelby Shake. Your body's gonna ache, and there ain't nothing you can take. Make no mistake, you got the Shelby Shake. It's a chance you take when you get bitten by the snake. There's no excuses you can make. You got the Shelby Shake. Bale of hay on a hairpin turn. If it comes any closer, it'll start to burn. You can feel the heat coming up through the floorboard, like a winning bowl of chili from a bag in the cupboard. He can see you coming from a mile away. He's got eyes in the back of his head, they say. Better pull over quick and get out of his way, or you'll be shaking like a leaf on a cold winter's day. Your body's gonna ache, and there ain't nothing you can take. Make no mistake, you got the Shelby Shake. It's a chance you take when you get bitten by the snake. There's no excuses you can make. You got the Shelby Shake. On a day like today, when you can see forever, it's not uncommon, they say, that on a day like today, everything becomes clear. All your questions are answered. That's what they say. On a day like today,